July 29th, headed out to the mighty Ohio River. Man, the river is finally back to normal. It's been blown out all summer. We're going to try to catch some, break down the Ohio River. We're going to add to that series. First and foremost, this hat, this thing has seen better days. On this side, it says lean on them. And then on another line on the front, I'm getting hats like this made. They're in the works right now. Whatever they charge me to make them is what I'm going to charge you guys for them. So I'm thinking they're going to be about 20 bucks unless you have, you need them shipped somewhere. And then in that case, I will ship them out, for 4 or 5 bucks, whatever it takes me to get them to you. I'm not making any money off of this. You guys are walking billboards for my channel. So whatever I can get the stuff over to you, or how much ever it costs me to get it to you, that's it. I'm not going to charge you guys any more than that. But when they become available, we'll figure out how, if you want to order them, PayPal or whatever will be probably the best. Again, I'm thinking about 20 bucks, depending on what they cost to make, is what you guys are going to pay for them. So if you guys are interested in a hat like this, obviously not so nasty. It's going to be a different color. Back's going to be white. Front's going to be heather gray, which is a lighter color than this. Similar to this Loomis hat right here. It's kind of the same color on the front, white on the back. But let's go out and see if we can't get rained on. We're supposed to have some absolutely severe thunderstorms this evening. I'm going to go out and try to dodge them. So let's go catch some fish on the river, shall we? Let's do it. Hello?
Hey, did you get my message?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you be careful now. It says it's coming hard. It says it's going to have trees down there now, 70-mile-an-hour wind, so you be careful to get your ass off that water.
Alright, it's not bad right now.
I know it's not, but it says from now till 7 o'clock, so it's 6:07 now, so just keep your eyes open.
Alright.
Alright, bye.
Got some severe weather coming my way. I'm hoping I can get a couple hours in here fishing before it gets too bad, before I have to get back on here. It is lightning and thunder is not for me on the water. So I'm out here. I don't mind wind. This boat handles waves as far as big water really well, but didn't want to miss this opportunity. The river is actually really nice looking. It's been crazy since April. April was the cleanest I've ever seen the Ohio River in my entire life that I know of, that I can remember. It was gin clear for a while, and then since then, it's rained consistently every week. So right now I'm throwing 1.5. This is that custom copper crawl that Daniel Denning painted for me. And we are going to try to catch a few before we get blown off the Ohio River here. So throw this crankbait a while. I have a DT, a 3XD down here I'm gonna throw as well. I've sold 3 of my major rods in my arsenal this past week to upgrade to NRX Plus. My spinnerbait rod, my jig rod, and a spinning rod. So I'm gonna have to get crafty. Throw some stuff that I normally throw out here that I'm gonna just throw some power, some power techniques until I get blown off the lake. Crankbaits, I'm not gonna pitch or flip. I'm gonna cover a lot of water, see what happens. Storm clouds that way, clear this way. As long as I keep going that way, I'm okay. Run and gun, baby. Trying to find some fish before I get smoked by some lightning. First time lightning, and I'm gone. You don't have to tell me twice. I'll have this Stratus up on plane quicker than you know what happened to you. I'll be down the river, up the river, back to the Cold Grove ramp in a hurrah. Guarantee it. Water temperature is 82 degrees still. Again, end of July. We've had a lot of hot weather over the past couple of weeks. This week it's been stifling hot. It's been 95, 97 degrees all week. Hitting some close places here around the ramp. I'm only probably, I don't know, 3 miles from Cold Grove ramp right now, and doing that for my safety. I ain't so sure I didn't hear some thunder right there. If I do, I'm out. But I don't want to go too far away from the ramp because I don't want to get into a trouble situation where a boat breaks down or something crazy happens like that and I don't have anybody here to help. So it's better to be, you know, it's better to err on the side of caution 100% of the time. You ever find yourself out fishing and you see a storm? I don't care how big of a tournament you're fishing in, it ain't worth your life. You can see back through there, getting a little sporty action. But like I said, until I see lightning or I hear thunder, I'm gonna fish it. It's nice back that way. Kind of a little dark back through that way. Giant. I feel like Mike Iaconelli right there. I mean, an absolute toad belly of a spotted bass. Would you look at that specimen? Would you look at it? That is an absolute monstrosity of a fish. KBD 1.5. Look at that thing. Absolute unit. Work hard, catch absolute units. I mean, look at that. Look at that unit. A good one. This is a bass, is a real good one. I think it's a white bass. Digging awful hard. I think it's a hybrid. Now that's a spot. Nice spot. It's a real nice spot for the Ohio River. That's a nice one right there, baby. Yeah. Yeah. You go from one. It's a white bass. Awful hard. I think it's a hybrid. That's a spot. Nice spot. It's a real nice spot for the Ohio River. That's a nice one right there, baby. Yeah. Yeah. You go from one solid unit of a fish to another. That is a solid spotted bass for the Ohio River. You go from one solid unit of a fish to another. That is a solid spotted bass for the Ohio River, y'all. That's a dandy. It's not a freaking, don't get me wrong, it's not an absolute giant, but I'm telling you what, I'll take those all day, every day on the Ohio River. That's a good one. pillar. I had another good one hooked right there. I think one of the keys to throwing crankbaits around timber and around structure like this is to change up your angles, change up your retrieve, change up crankbaits. I can't throw a deeper diving crankbait here because it's pretty shallow. So that's why I'm throwing this 1.5. I switched up to a shad collared or shad pattern 1.5 just for the simple fact is the Ohio River is loaded with skipjack and shad right now. And so far, caught one little dink, I mean an absolute baby. Caught one of the biggest spots I've ever caught on the Ohio River just now. Probably 2.5 pound, I'd say. Oh man. Fish feeding in my area right here like absolute mad. Radar says I got about another half hour before I get wet. So I'm gonna fish. Go put this thing back on the trailer. No sense in tempting fate. I got my boat fairly clean. I got my 100 mile an hour in here and some stormer gear, which I'd absolutely roast in stormer right now because you know it's cold weather gear, but I'll definitely stay dry. But so it's not been a bust, guys. I come out here for a couple hours knowing I wasn't gonna have a ton of time. I absolutely caught one of the biggest spots I think I've ever caught on the Ohio River. I caught one bigger that I know of, and I caught it up in a creek on the same pool probably 15 years ago or more, probably like 20 years ago. And this is back before I knew nothing about bass fishing and, you know, ate a lot of fish and was doing taxidermy on the side. So I actually took it home and mounted it like a largemouth because I didn't have a clue that it was a spotted bass, or to be honest with you, didn't really know the difference between a spotted bass and a largemouth at that time. It's been about 20 years ago or so, right after high school. I like bass fishing. I wasn't into it competitively a lot, but I caught about a 3.5 pound spotted bass in the Ohio River, and it's mounted on my wall, painted like a largemouth bass. So, we all make mistakes, and that's okay. But like I said, I got about another half hour before it just gets absolutely ridiculous here. I'm not going to tempt fate. I'm not going to put myself in a position where I'm going to get hurt or killed. That would be bad news. I swear I think it's going around us. It's getting pretty nasty looking. But I'm going to fish for about another half hour, run up to Coal Grove, put my boat on the trailer. At that point, I know it won't rain because I'll have quit fishing, but that's okay. Again, better to be safe than sorry, and always err on the side of caution. What's up?
Hey bud, if you're still on the water, you might want to head back close to the ramp.
Yeah, I'm down here by Hoppers. I'm gonna make about 3 more casts. I'm going to go put the boat back on the ramp. It's getting pretty sporty around here.
Well, I'm at Jennifer's here in Memphis, and it's going towards the river, and it is brutal. I mean, it's dark, like street lights are on, dark, and it's pouring rain. So I just thought I'd give you a few minutes warning before I got to you.
All right, then. Well, I'll hop off here and hop on the old Go Juice, then. I appreciate it.
All right, later.
See ya. Well, you heard it. That's about 30 miles from where I'm at. Time to rein her in for the evening, fellas. Not even putting my rod stuff up. Put everything up. I tell you what, I got lucky. I got out and got a couple hours of fishing on the Ohio River. Got an absolute unit of a spotted bass. It's not a giant, guys, but on the Ohio River, I'll take that all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. Got out, caught a couple fish. Let me get my seatbelt on here so my truck will stop hounding us. But I'm hoping to get home before my boat gets absolutely drenched. Whether that happens or not, who knows. But good day on the water. I put my boat in the water. It was like 5:45 or so, so I got a solid 2 hours of fishing. Hit a couple of high percentage spots here in the pool that I'm in. Best bait that I threw today was I threw one bait all day, two baits actually. It was a KVD 1.5 and a copper crawl collar, which is a custom collar by Daniel Denning. It was actually a KVD, or a Strike King KVD. Oh, we got a cluster here. Anyway, KVD, it was a Strike King KVD collar that they discontinued. Sucks, but that's why I got people like Daniel painting them for me. Threw it for a while, wasn't feeling it. I love the collar, but the color of the water was kind of clear. So I switched up to a shad pattern 1.5, same bait. One's a KVD, one was a custom, and I'm not sure what it is. I don't think it's a river shiner. It's kind of like a it's a shad pattern, kind of like a sexy shad, but not so much like a sexy shad. I like it a lot. But caught 2 fish on it, and that was that. Kyle called me. You guys heard the phone call there a second ago. He's in Medford, Ohio, which is about, I don't know, 35 minutes northwest of where I'm at. Wind is blowing directly from there to where I'm at, so I decided to not tempt fate and come off the water. One of the few times that I'm glad my boat will absolutely get up and go, outrun the storm, got back in there before I got wet or woke up dead. So anyway, good time. Caught a couple fish, a couple hours on the Ohio River. I'll take it. Guys, this hat that I'm wearing right here, this On Another Line hat, is absolutely nasty. Again, as I mentioned in the first of this video, if you guys are interested in a hat that looks similar to this, it's not the exact same. It's a Richardson 112, which everybody likes. It's a trucker style hat just like this. But whenever I get them in, they will be posted on Facebook and YouTube as well. And you know, whatever it costs me to get them made is what it's going to cost you guys to buy them, unless I'm shipping them to you, and then you guys are going to have to pick up the shipping on that. So I'd appreciate the support, guys. It's going to be fun. It should be a pretty good deal. I've worn this hat since it's about to be destroyed because it's so old and nasty. But when they come available, I'll show you guys a link. You guys can pay me via PayPal, Cash App, whatever is best for you guys. And I appreciate the support. So if you guys can, get out there and lean on them. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time on Another Line.